Hello, and welcome to OSINT, Fun with Open Source Intelligence, brought to you by Pentester Academy. My name is Jamal Benquala, and I will be your host for this fun, exciting course. In today's video, we're going to talk about thinking and analysis. OSINT is more than just Google searches. While searching for information online plays a key role in what we're looking for, it is more than just that. OSINT is about thinking and creativity. It's a combination of problem solving and puzzles. We can start by defining a larger problem or an area we want to search, and then breaking into smaller, multiple sections and looking for information or solutions for each of those mini sections. Now, how you obtain this information, what you search for, the questions you're trying to answer, the questions you're asking, this is where you get to be creative. Now, you've got to remember, when you're searching for stuff like this, the different bits of information don't always fit easily. They may sometimes be missing information or deliberately feeding you misinformation. And you have to look for connections or patterns. And sometimes you've got to interact with this puzzle. I guess one way of looking at it is, think of Google as part of the puzzle. Sometimes you have to feed it input that's accurate, and other times you have to feed it information that is not accurate. There are different models for thinking and analysis, more formalized models and such. Do not feel like you have to follow a certain model. What I would recommend is you go through some of these models and rating that will come up next. Find what's useful to you and it'll help you in your thinking, and get rid of the rest. We can't stick to a formalized structure in analytic thinking, but we do need to use it. In terms of reading, I highly recommend A Spy's Guide to Thinking. It's available on Amazon. It's a couple of dollars, but it is a useful book. I personally enjoy it. It is good. It helps you ask different questions, and it helps you structure your thinking. So questions like, how is this information useful to me? Do I need this information? Can I use this information? Is this information accurate? Does it matter? Is it useful in, how is it useful in my understanding of things? I would also recommend going through the 73 Rules of Spycraft. It's a classic piece of literature, and some of it is not relevant to OSINT, but a lot of it is still relevant in how we should think. Also useful reading, Structured Analytic Techniques. It's a document offered by the CIA. There are a number of different models that help you try and structure your thinking. You can use this to structure your searches. Now, again, this is not specific to OSINT, but it is an excellent read, and I would recommend you go through it yourself. But to give you some context on how this could work, think about the early videos we saw where we looked at Mad Max, the guy whose email address was on the dating profile, on the fake dating profile. When we looked for it via Google search, we were able to find other related profiles, other social media profiles. Then when you looked for that and a city, you were able to connect those. Additionally, when you were able to look at that username and come up with a real person's name. And all those little connections by themselves, we just came up with an email address. That email address didn't tell you near all this information. But looking for these weird searches, these connections, this gives you more of a more fuller profile of this person. That's the intelligence you're gathering. Because using this, you also know the man has a kid, a dog, He does something with flooring, and he's really into tattoos. Oh, and he's from Toronto. And by the looks of it, his account may have been compromised at a point. So these are the questions. You can use this information to build a much more targeted attack. Maybe he's not your true target, but someone else in his social circle is. You can use this information to get into his social circle. You can use this information to befriend maybe his wife or his girlfriend, or one of his other friends, or his former employer, and gather other forms of intelligence. The person you're gathering information on does not necessarily have to be the end target. And information, while it's everywhere, you do have to validate it. If we just went by the initial email address on that site, you might have thought that maybe it was just him doing it and trolling. He may have done that, but we don't know. We do know something was compromised, and we do know that we've got certain information that can be tracked back to this person. And that is all time we have for today. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.